And this new family moved into our neighborhood, and their father invited us over. Through these next few years, actually, we did hundreds of activities, this family. So we just became fast friends. Me and my sisters had this great big gigantic bedroom in the basement. And at one point he's like, do you girls want to have your own bedrooms? And he's like, well, I have all the furniture and I could give it to your mom and dad at wholesale. Why don't we do a project this summer and we'll divide all the rooms and we'll have 3 bedrooms so that you guys...
And do you think that was...
Oh yeah, that was every bit of it was premeditated.
Wow.
First stage of grooming is you target your victim. And immediately you find a need and you fill the need, and then you isolate, divide and conquer each member of the family, and then the sexual abuse comes in. Every time there was an article in the paper, he'd throw it on the kitchen table, a headline like another UFO sighting, and he's not talking to me. He's making sure I'm seeing what he's talking to my mom about. Do you think this is the second coming? Do you think that Christ is about to come? Maybe these people are coming from other planets. And that day, he picks me up, gives me my allergy pill, and he had...
Now, had he ever given you an allergy pill before that? I wondered that when I watched.
We took allergy pills. He was the one who had the doctor up in Salt Lake. He's like, your girls are just sick all the time. Oh my gosh, they're running noses, they're getting sick. He goes, I think they've got allergies. You should take them to this doctor. So when I woke up to the sound of that voice, I was so terrified because it had already... The grooming and all the seeds had been planted in my young, sponge-like little brain and mind, and I immediately knew that I had been kidnapped by a UFO. At one point, the voice says, go to the front of the motorhome. It wakes me up, I'm unrestrained, and there you will meet the male companion, and to have a baby to save the dying planet, and this is your mission, and I don't know what all of it means. I'm just frightened. So I open up the little sliding door thing and I go out, and there on the little motorhome couch is laying B. We called him B, brother B. That's what we called him. And he's there, he looks dead, he's covered in blood, he's, passed out. And I am so scared because I see how he looks, but I'm so relieved that it's, he's like my favorite uncle. Him, his wife, his kids, they're like our best friends. And I'm just shaking him, B, wake up. And he comes to, and he's like, oh, Dolly, because he always called me Dolly by this time. He's like, Dolly, what happened? We were driving out to the horses, and all of a sudden I saw this white light. He said, where are we? He's asking me. The FBI finally 45 days later, locates me through a phone call that he made to his brother. And then in the middle of the night, they storm through the motorhome, grab him and grab me, and I'm, screaming and crying, and they put us in this little police van type thing, and I'm looking at the rear view mirror, and he's just looking at me and telepathically telling me, don't tell. Zeta and Zethra, they now had names, are aliens. They've come.
Are you in Mexico at this point?
Yes.
Yeah.
So you're in Mazatlan, Mexico.
Wow.
Is where.
And you're terrified,
and
right?
I'm terrified because we haven't finished the mission. And I'm so scared, what's going to happen? Is Karen going to go blind? Is Susan going to be taken? My little sister?
So you didn't go to a therapist?
Oh yeah, they made me go, but I would never tell them
the truth?
Anything. No, because I thought I would be vaporized. That was the threat to me if I didn't finish the mission. And what's being vaporized mean? Being steamed to death from the inside out?
Tell me about your dad, the relationship with B, and how you wound up getting abducted a second time.
Okay. So this is also in the documentary and in the series, and people lose their minds over this part. Not only the 2 things that happened with my parents, the 2 sexual encounters, but the part where my parents signed those statements.
So she got them to sign papers that said
if we will state in these affidavits that we gave him permission to take Jan on a trip, then we can just get this. All these charges will be dropped. This will be over. Your daughter won't have to testify. And if you don't, then we're going to have to build a case that your unfit parent will get the girls taken away, and then it will be exposed that Bob is a homosexual.